If you keep losing people you care about, even when you give them everything, this video is for you. One friendship ends, one relationship falls apart, someone slowly stops replying, and eventually you start asking yourself, why does everyone leave me? But what if you're asking the wrong question? Psychology suggests that certain patterns that can quietly push people away without us ever realizing it. Let's look at them. The first pattern is people-pleasing. At first, it seems like the perfect way to keep people close. You rarely say no. You avoid conflict. You put everyone else's needs before your own. But there's a hidden problem. If people only know the version of you that always agrees, they never really get to know the real you. Over time, you stop expressing your own needs. You become the one who's always understanding, and relationships begin to feel one-sided. Ironically, the harder you try to make everyone stay, the less authentic the relationship becomes. Eventually, that relationship becomes impossible to maintain. The second pattern is building emotional walls. Maybe you've been hurt before. Maybe someone you trusted left. So you make a promise. Never let anyone get that close again. You still spend time with people. You laugh and have conversations with them, but when it comes to your fears or your emotions, you keep them locked away. From the outside, people may see you as independent, but underneath, you're protecting yourself. The problem is, walls don't only keep pain out, they also keep closeness out. It's difficult for people to feel connected to someone who never lets them inside. The third pattern is choosing familiar relationship patterns. We often feel drawn to relationships that feel familiar, even if they aren't healthy, because the brain sees predictability as safety. Even if a relationship isn't making you happy, if it feels familiar, your brain already knows how to survive it. That's why you may keep choosing people who were never emotionally available in the first place. Then, when they leave, it seems like history is repeating itself. Not because everyone leaves, but because the same pattern keeps choosing the same kind of relationship. Until you become aware of that pattern, it quietly repeats itself. The fourth pattern comes from something psychologists call attachment style. It describes the way we learn to connect with other people. Two insecure attachment styles often struggle in opposite ways. If you have an anxious attachment style, closeness feels incredibly important. You may overthink messages, need constant reassurance, or worry that people are pulling away, even when they aren't. That fear can become overwhelming for both people. On the other hand, people with an avoidant attachment style often do the opposite. Instead of moving closer, they pull away. When relationships become emotionally intimate, they may feel trapped, uncomfortable, or suddenly need more distance. They convince themselves they don't need anyone, but underneath, many still want connection. They're simply afraid of depending on someone who might hurt them. What's interesting is that these two styles often end up creating the same outcome. The anxious person chases connection. The avoidant person runs from it. But both often end up feeling alone, not because they don't want love, but because fear quietly shapes the way they relate to it. So, if you've ever wondered, why does everyone leave me? Maybe that's not the first question to ask. A better question might be, what patterns am I bringing into my relationships? Because once you become aware of those patterns, you can start changing them. And sometimes, changing the way you connect with people changes the kind of people who stay. Thanks for watching. I'll talk to you in the next one.